For what purpose does the gentleman from Arkansas seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend the rules and pass the bill H.R. 504.
The clerk will report the title of the bill.
Union Calendar Number 154, H.R. 504. A bill to amend the Miccosukee Reserved Area Act to authorize the expansion of the Miccosukee Reserved Area and to carry out activities to protect structures within the Osceola Camp from flooding and for other purposes.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Arkansas, Mr. Westerman, and the gentlewoman from Oregon, Ms. Hoyle, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Arkansas.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members are given 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and to add extraneous material to H.R. 504, the bill now under consideration.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
I rise in support of H.R. 504, the Miccosukee Reserved Area Amendments Act, sponsored by Representative Gimenez. This bill would amend the Miccosukee Reserved Area Act, or MRAA, to include the Osceola Camp Tribal Village as part of the Miccosukee Reserved Area. It would also direct the Secretary of the Interior to consult with the tribe to protect the village from flooding. The Miccosukee Tribe has a long history in Florida. Oral history has the tribe originating in the northern portion of Florida, but they later settled in the Everglades following the Seminole Wars. Congress passed the MRAA in 1988, which gave the tribe permanent residency in the Everglades. The MRAA also declared the Miccosukee Reserve Area as Indian country, yet the federal government still held the right to engage in restoration and protection activities in the area. The area known as the Osceola Camp was not included in the MRAA despite serving as a residential tribal village with key historical and ancestral ties to the tribe. The National Park Service is already working with the tribe to protect this residential area from flooding. Once the camp is incorporated into the Miccosukee Reserved Area, the tribe will be able to work alongside the Department of the Interior to prevent flooding, preserve the village's infrastructure, and ensure that the village can be inhabited for years to come. I thank Representative Gimenez for his work on this important bill. I support the legislation, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Oregon is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. H.R. 504 would amend the Miccosukee Reserve Area Act to expand the boundaries of the Miccosukee Reserved Area within the Everglades National Park. This expansion would ensure that the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians of Florida can access the Osceola Camp, a historic tribal village that was unfortunately excluded from the original reserved area without requiring the tribe to obtain special use permits. H.R. 504 would also direct the Department of the Interior to implement needed flood control measures to protect homes and structures within this village. For centuries, the Miccosukee tribe's way of life has been challenged through forced relocation, damage to wetland drainage projects, and the need to acquire special use permits to reside in their own villages. 1988, Congress established the Miccosukee Reserved Area, granting the tribe rights to much of their ancestral lands within the park while supporting environmental restoration. However, not all of the tribe's villages were included within the reserved area. H.R. 504 would correct this oversight by incorporating Osceola Camp into the reserved area, a critical step towards honoring tribal sovereignty, addressing ongoing governance concerns, and environmental challenges. This bill underscores the importance of righting historical wrongs and supporting tribal communities. I encourage my colleagues to vote yes on the bill, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Arkansas is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield such time as he may consume to the lead sponsor of the bill, the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Gimenez.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in strong support of my bill, H.R. 504, the Miccosukee Reserved Area Amendments Act. This bipartisan legislation ensures that the Miccosukee Tribe has the legal authority to manage, protect, and preserve their land and continue their traditional way of life. Specifically, the bill amends the Miccosukee Reserved Area Act to include the Osceola Camp, an inhabited tribal village located within the heart of Florida's Everglades. The Osceola Camp is not only home to tribal members, but it is also a site of historical and cultural importance. Including this land in the reserved area will empower the tribe to protect their community, manage water flow into the Everglades National Park, and raise structures within the camp to prevent catastrophic flooding. The Everglades is the largest subtropical wilderness in the continental United States and one of the most unique ecosystems on the planet. For generations, the Miccosukee Tribe has served as a responsible steward of the fragile environment. Their leadership in conservation, water management, and environmental protection has helped preserve the natural beauty, the biodiversity, and the cultural heritage of South Florida. This bill is about fairness and conservation. It ensures the Miccosukee Tribe has the autonomy to protect their home, their land, and their way of life. I want to thank my colleague from Florida, the Representative Darren Soto, for co-sponsoring this measure. I urge my colleagues to join me in supporting H.R. 504. Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Mr. Speaker, I have no further requests for time. I'm prepared to close and reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Oregon is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I urge my colleagues to support the legislation, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields. The gentleman from Arkansas is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, this legislation would amend the Miccosukee Reserved Area Act to include the Osceola Camp as part of the Miccosukee Reserved Area. This bill would also help with important work to mitigate the impact of flooding on the structures in the area. Before I close, I ask unanimous consent to include in the record an exchange of letters between the Committee on Natural Resources and the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure.
Without objection.
Urge adoption of H.R. 504 and yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill H.R. 504? Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.